This is a live Channels television event.
Scar. How is a scar formed? Scars are different, depressed, those that are thick, stretch marks. And the whole idea is we have a scar, we have stretch mark, we have acne scar, we have hypertrophic, and here we have what we are presenting, what we are launching today, the Pico laser. And it helps to improve that. The last one is hyperpigmentation, darkening. Sunburn, I mean, they call it sunburn, different kinds of sunburn. We have different sorts of hyperpigmentation for one reason or another. So the whole idea of presenting and explaining to you, sometimes in our medical terms, but in simple terms is darkening of the skin, is to let you know that the laser we're presenting, the one of the two, the Pico again, helps to improve these conditions. So that's the whole gist of the matter. We would want to present a problem and give you a solution in the form of these lasers that we're presenting. At the end of the show, at the end of the launching, I'm going to show you some slides of before and after. These slides include all the problems they have mentioned and how we have managed to start treating them with these lasers and what results we already have, which are very, very promising. Now, at this stage, I think it's about time. Where is the MC? MC. Oh, so I think we have arrived at the junction where we bring in the machines. So we'd like to bring in the machines, show you the machines, launch the machines practically, and then we would continue because we have to talk more about the machines. We have a video that would play on and is going to discuss what the Pico. So actually there are two machines, let me not confuse you. One is called Accure, from acne cure, so it's called Accure. The other one is called Discovery Pico, and is the one that does the hyperpigmentation, the tattoos, the stretch marks, the scars, and so on and so forth. So we're having the two. We would bring the two, and then we would continue with our presentation by telling you the difference between the two and what each one of them does. Thank you very much. So the MC has just reminded me, or told me, I mean it's his job, that we would need to invite a few of our guests to come as the machines come in so that practically we can launch it together. I would like to invite Mr. Bondi from Quanta System, Professor Onunu, but first I am sorry, I apologize, I'm not following the right protocol. Honorable Minister, I would appreciate, highly appreciate, if you can, you are here already, sir, if you can just participate, sir, you're already here. Dr. Kiari, please come along so that we can participate. You are the boss of all doctors here, so please come along. So, they are here. What do you expect them to do?
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like how we present and usher in, brides, grooms, on their wedding day, this is special. This is one in Africa. And so, ladies and gentlemen, just as the CEO mentioned, permit me to welcome our one and only machine. If we're good, please can we do that, please? One is coming from the rear and one is coming from here. And so there are two special machines, so we don't want to put them together. Everybody has his own separate job, but they are brothers. So somebody play something and let's move the machine. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the city of Abuja, permit me with a round of applause, if you can, To whom honor is due. Can we just have a little standing ovation to request as we welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all the way you know, this is how they bring Dorime. They have to prepare well. Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome the one and only, functioning, once and the first in Africa, the Discovery Pico, and of course the Accure. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, if you can just watch as we're bringing in the Accure. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the one and only, the first in Africa. Somebody give this thing a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Jama Atapa Atapa. Wow, somebody say wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Accure machines. Live in Abuja City, the first in Africa. The solution to all the skincare in Nigeria and Africa wherever you are. And if you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, as they're being presented to you right here in Abuja City, the Discovery People, and of course, the Accure. Ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be doing this. I want to appreciate my special guests as they take their walk down the steps. Oh, yes. Thank you, sir. When you see the Accure and the Discovery Pico, it's worth the community going on. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to take this superb, and so ladies and gentlemen, as we unveil, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise as we unveil the Discovery Pico, the Accure, the solution. The Discovery Pico alongside. Please a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You can take your seats. Please, we only allow. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Please don't snap these machines with any second new phone. It has to be iPhone from 12 Pro Max.
Thank you very much. This is such a joyous and wonderful occasion. I mean, look at them. This is the Accure and this is the Discovery Pico.
And we look forward to using them and giving excellent results as they have promised. Thank you very much. We would continue with the presentation of this product on the screen while we eat.
So you want me to speak? Well, good evening, everyone. Actually, I just got the invitation very late, and I had to rush. But when I heard that these two machines will be the first in Africa, I couldn't resist but to come and share the joy with my brother, Dr. Amalam, as I heard, well, Dr. D, as everybody keeps calling him. I'm quite excited because I think we have a major skin problem around Africa. And I'm sure this will be a real big success story. And congratulations for pacing, being the pacer and the pace setter to this remarkable profession that you wonderfully do. So I wish you all the best, and wish everybody, this is what all of us probably would need, because I have a problem, perhaps pigmentation. I think everybody does. So congratulations for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Introduce yourself.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, Honorable Minister. I'm Fatima Carey, Professor of Ophthalmology, Regulator of the Medical Professions in Nigeria. We are really excited that Dr. Bashir, my brother at Amalam, is a pace setter really in dermatology. When he was going dermatology, I was going ophthalmology, and we were like, okay, so what's this thing about skin? But we have seen he has clearly distinguished himself in this profession, and he is keeping people prima donnas. But most especially, what I want to tell you is that dermatologists are physicians. They are medical doctors who have trained as skin specialists. And there are certain procedures that must only be performed by physicians, dermatologists. I would like you to be very mindful of that, because we have had so many issues of quackery and people who have not been trained to do skin that are doing skin. So anything that has a name like laser or dermabrasion, anything that would disrupt the skin, or injections, or fillers, or Botox, what's the other one? They are supposed to be performed only by doctors who are dermatologists. If you want these procedures and you go somewhere, please make sure that the person performing is a doctor. Otherwise, if there are complications, you will have nowhere to report to, and you will have nowhere to seek justice. But if there are doctors and there are complications, then we can deal with it. Otherwise, it will be a criminal offense. I had to say that because for ladies to seek, or for anyone looking for skin care, should please go to the right person so that we can avoid complications. Congratulations, Dr. Bashir. Congratulations. This is a marvelous thing. I think this is the best thing that can happen. We're always excited when we have new things coming into Africa, and especially if there's a program or a system of introducing more and more and more. Thank you very much. And it will help a lot of our young ladies psychologically and also physically. Thank you. Say something.
You don't want to say something?
The Honorable Minister, all protocols observed. This is a day I'm very happy. The dream we have been pursuing for dermatological practice in Nigeria is coming to fruition. Dr. D, congratulations. Mr. Pondi, congratulations for introducing this new technology to Africa. For my colleagues, this is one of the things me and Dr. Malam has been discussing and looking forward to bridge that gap between the academia and the industry. And Dr. D has been the prime mover for this project. Because for us to develop, there has to be some synergy, some collaboration between the academia and the industry. The academia will be the brain, they will bring the ideas, but you need the industry to bring the funds to make those things come to fruition. And we have our plans to take this to a higher level. So this is just the beginning. Hopefully, as we develop, as our economy expands, more technology transfer is going to occur, and we'll raise our practice from the rudimentary practice of just clinical dermatology to the fast evolving field of aesthetic medicine. Because as professionals, that is where our population is heading towards. We have a developing population, we have a population that is getting very enlightened, we have a population that now see their skin, not just as the skin, but as an asset. And we are dermatologists, we are physicians, have to prepare for that population. And we need the technology, and we need the support of the industry to do so. So that's the reason I congratulate Dr. D and Quanta System for being in the vanguard of this project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, all. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our special guest for this beautiful presentation. Meanwhile, the machines are going to remain here. Yes, because this is first of its kind. At least I've touched the first of its kind in Africa. At least it's in my portfolio. It's in my portfolio. It's a guy, I came here to Abuja. I came for a program. I am from Open Note, and I was able to touch a machine that is the first of its kind in Africa. Huh? Uh-huh. Thank you very much. So you might want to come later when refreshments going round. You could just come around, take a look at it. And most especially, it's important that we know that referrals is very important. A lot of people may know about this, but it's good to talk about it. It's good to make referrals. That is the best way we can get to disseminate this information. Just like what my very distinct honorable minister mentioned, that it's important that these things are done, and it's an issue that people have. Maybe they don't want to come out and talk about it. So thank you very much, Mr. Pondi. When you go back to Italia, more machines for this, okay? Yeah. Okay. I promise. So ladies and gentlemen, next we're going to be having the before and after, okay? The before and after, and I'm still going to call back okay. Oh, yes. Excuse me. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now we're going straight to the multimedia. This is where you get to watch what these machines do and what it can solve. And right after that, we'll take the before and after. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the Discovery Pico and the Accure.
but also durable. Good evening and welcome.
Can we dim the lights if
Accure
just in case?
Acne Laser
Thank
Talk
you.
webinar. I'm Dr. Barry Levine. I'm a board-certified dermatologist with almost 3 decades of experience. I'm also the medical director of Refine Aesthetic Center. We have a new tool in our belt to help treat and fight acne. There's a so-called new light in the fight to treat acne. We're extremely excited about this. We wanted to introduce this to our patients and people in this area. As many of you know, acne affects many people. It affects various body areas and it can cause pain and discomfort as well as leave scarring. It can greatly affect people. Over the years, we've had many treatments for acne, aiming at different areas of where acne is formed. However, this is a great breakthrough in technology to help treat that. And I can tell you that I'm extremely excited about this technology, and we're also excited to be one of the first in the country to offer this to our patients. Dr. Rox Anderson, and he describes it a little bit more. Him and his colleagues with Dr. Sakamoto and their other team members spent many years developing and perfecting this technology.
Around the late 90s, I looked in the mirror and said, I want to cure acne. I don't care how I do it, I just want to do it. I'm Rox Anderson. I'm a professor of dermatology at Harvard Medical School. I practice at Mass General Hospital, and I am the director of the Wellman Center for Photomedicine, which is the world's largest lab where we study light. The Wellman Center itself has launched a lot of things that are now helping people. Starting a long time ago, we figured out that pulses of light could be used to selectively target microscopic things inside of tissue. And what got me started was taking care of kids with port wine stains. We made laser tattoo removal. We invented laser hair removal in the mid-90s. We also occasions. Laser technology has really moved far. I'm happy to talk about acne. Sadly, it's still the #1 skin disease. And I say sadly because there's been a lot of brilliant work that's gone on. We have drugs, and we have an understanding of what's going on with what causes acne. It's still very common. It's a pesky problem. The drugs have significant side effects, and it interferes with social life. It's also the #1 cause of scarring on the face. The story with Accure starts really with the people that are currently running that company. I had this stuff in my head about wanting to come up with a laser that would actually work for treating acne. And Christopher Carlton and his colleagues literally showed up one day and said, Rox, what would you like to do? It was a carte blanche. And I said, let's cure acne. It wasn't clear at first, can we pull this off? Can we get enough power, the right pulse duration? We had to figure out a sequence of optical pulses that would target the gland safely and effectively. A few twists and turns along the road, but then we finally got where we're going. The Accure laser is doing its job. It's doing it within a fairly narrow window of efficacy and safety. The efficacy of this laser to come in a fairly short time, you realize it's 3 or 4 treatments spaced a month apart. This laser is in a way colorblind. So many of the lasers are difficult to treat people of color because they're at wavelengths that are absorbed by melanin. This wavelength is not absorbed at all by melanin. So I think we'll see a wide spectrum of benefit across the skin types. I think of durability as just simply how long does a treatment that's effective really work? And I think the answer will be that this is very durable response. But a lifetime of acne scarring is a big deal. So I view this as preventative, which is another form of durability. My experience in the past has been that if you come up with something that really works and it's brand new and we don't have it, that somehow the world organizes itself in a way that allows it to get out the door. And that's I think going to happen.
So when you look at acne, I think it's important to understand how acne happens or is formed. So when you look at the skin, acne is much more common in areas where we have increased sebaceous glands like the face, the neck, the chest. And the sebaceous glands are the oil-secreting glands that make a product called sebum, which moves up our follicles and comes out on the skin and has a good purpose because it helps lubricate the skin, which we all need. It comes out through that opening along the pore, and as time goes on, we do have shedding of these epithelial cells along this follicle, and normally they migrate nicely up to the top. However, there are times when these pores can get clogged and they can trap that sebum in there, which causes acne. In addition to that clogging, you also have bacteria on the skin that migrate down this follicle, and when they get involved and intermixed with the sebum, create significant inflammation, and that's where you get the redness and the discomfort that comes with acne. So depending on the level where you plug along the follicle, you can have things like whiteheads. If it's more superficial, the keratin can get oxidized and give you the so-called blackhead. As there's more inflammation, you can also get pustules, or sometimes you can get the deep cysts. The more inflammation, the deeper it is, the more chance that you have at scarring. So over the years, we've had many treatments, topical treatments, pills, various things to work on the different levels, such as the plugging, the bacteria, the inflammation, and all of them have a role. But as most of you know, you have to be on those for many years sometimes. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And this is the first time where we've really been able to use something to greatly target the sebaceous gland and try and get a long-term result. Now, we do have a medicine called Accutane that does work some on the sebaceous glands, and it does work for acne, and it's been the gold standard for. So when you are using this laser, the laser comes on the epidermis. It has a special handpiece, and when it cools the epidermis to a certain temperature, the laser beam is emitted in pulses to target just the oil-secreting glands in the area. And as you can see from that schematic, the epidermis, the outer layer of the skin, and the dermis are protected from this cooling mechanism, so you're not creating problems such as scar tissue. And so you're putting all the energy where it needs to go. And that is where they spent most of their time doing the research. So if you look at it, they studied this, and in their clinical studies, they showed significant improvement in these patients. Generally, it's done as 4 treatments, and what they noticed that after the first treatment, there was already a 40% improvement in the majority of their patients. I think the data is out to almost 3 years now where these patients have maintained results, which is very exciting. So it looks like it's not only effective, safe, but also durable, which is a great thing when you're doing treatments. Generally, for approximately 30 to 45 minutes, because we want to make that area comfortable while we're treating. Once we have the numbing medicine protocol completed, it's cleansed off, and then we do a grid pattern on the face. And that's to make sure that we have adequate treatment of all the areas that need to be treated. So it's all mapped out with a grid. Protective eyewear is placed on the patient as well as all the staff, and all safety protocols are utilized. We then start the treatment, and we follow out this grid pattern to make sure that we're evenly treating all these areas. A treatment takes approximately, depending on the area, approximately 45 minutes or so. The nice thing about this laser is that we can use it in almost all skin types, which is very exciting. And the reason is the energy is being transmitted down deeper where the sebaceous glands are, and we're protecting the epidermis, so we don't have to worry as much about pigmentary changes as some of the lasers. This is just another example, and again, this is a darker skinned individual, and you can see pretty significant improvement after 4 treatments. We're going to have time then for a few questions and answer. I'm going to put on my glasses as they come in. So the question is, how long do the results last? Well, we know from the clinical trials that it's approximately 3 years at this point. And the reason we know that it's 3 years is because that's how long the study's been. So that's as long as I can tell you, but what it appears is the results are durable, and it should be long-lasting results. There may be a few patients that may need some topical agents longer term to maybe even help make their skin look a little bit better, like using Retin-A and stuff. But for the most part, it appears to be a durable, long-lasting result, which is quite exciting. The next question is, which areas can be treated? We can treat any area that is involved with acne. So most commonly it's the face, but we can treat the neck. We can treat the shoulder areas, the chest, or the back, all the areas that are acne prone. Now, the one important thing is that it would be very difficult to treat them all at the same setting, because we do use a topical numbing medicine. We have to be careful on the amounts that we use so we don't have any problems with like lidocaine toxicity. So we will have to be judicious in how many areas we can treat in one setting, but all those areas can be treated. The next question is, what is the discomfort level? So as we all know, pain is subjective, and so everybody has different responses to pain. But in all the studies and in our clinical patients that we have treated, it tends to be mild discomfort. The average would be approximately a 3 out of 10 on the discomfort level for most people. Some people hardly have any. We do have other things that we do try to do as well as prior. So some people might take some Tylenol or sometimes even antihistamines prior. But most people find it very tolerable and do well with the treatments. The next question is, what restrictions are there after treatment? There really aren't any restrictions afterwards. You can kind of go back to your regular life. If you are using anything abrasive topically or irritating the skin, we'll have you hold those for up to a week. Our biggest concern is that you are careful in the sun. So if you're outside doing yard work, etc., that we would want to make sure that you're wearing good sunscreen and reapplying it, just because we don't want a lot of sun on those areas and get a sunburn, etc. So we would ask you to be very careful in the sun. Sometimes people can have a little bit of a mild acne flare for up to 48 to 72 hours. Not everybody, but some patients. So if you are going to a huge social function, you might not want to do it the next day, just in case you're one of those people. But most people can live their normal life without restrictions. It looks like that's what we have for all the questions for now, but again, if you have any other questions, you can put those in the chat box. Someone from our office will get back to you. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to us tonight. We are very excited about this technology. We're excited about helping people with acne because we think it'll make a very big difference in the lives of our patients. Thank you.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to let you know that, or rather continue from where he stopped. And just want to let you know that we'll show you exactly how the machine works. Somebody say, yeah, as you're eating food, y'all gonna watch how the Discovery Pico, how it works. So enjoy the show. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow. Quickly, I would like to welcome Dr. Bashir to come and take the before and after. And we were just watching the videos, and I emphasize that there are certain things that perhaps maybe people may not really get. I really need him to say those things when he comes up. Please, a round of applause to Dr. Bashir.
Thank you very much. So, what I would actually like to do, because the video of the Pico, I can see they only showed white skin, and I know would be wondering, this is just white skin. So what I want to do now is to show you our results with the laser, the same laser. What we have done with it, we have discussed, you have had hyperpigmentation, scar, and so on and so forth. So we have some before and after pictures, real pictures, not Photoshop, real pictures with the results. This is one of our patients with a tribal mark. This was after 2 sessions of Pico. This was the left side, the right side, sorry. Can we have the other side? And this was the left side. A tribal mark. I know a few people who have something like that, and they may wish to take it out. We are always ready and available if they ever want to take it out. The next slide, please. So this is one of the problems we have in Nigeria. After prolonged use of so many things, you end up having a low patch skin, dark patch here, lighter patch here. But this is one of the results of the Discovery Pico, and this is with the hyperpigmentation. This is one side, the other side, this is the left, the right side, and this was the left side, before and after. I'm really sorry the pictures are a little bit blurred because the screen is wider here. Next, please. So, a lot of people after surgery, it's very common now, it's very vogue to do lipo, tummy tuck, and some people end up developing scars. Like Dr. Anaba said, there are different kinds of scars. So this was a scar before treatment. This was a scar after 2 sessions of Pico. Yes, you may have noticed that she has white patches. The white patches are as a result of the treatment we did. Because in this case, I mean, as the doctors would know, we had to do laser-assisted drug delivery. So we had to include that, and this is a side effect of the injection we gave, which would improve. But go back, please. But look at this scar up here. I don't know how visible it is the one that has shrunk to this, and the one here is the one here. Next slide, please. This is another scar before and after 2 sessions of Pico. There's no intralesional or topical steroid here, just Pico. Next slide, please. Acne scar, of course. A very debilitating condition. This is before, and this is after 1 session, actually. I even wanted to say 2. This was after 1 session. This is the other side of the same patient. So this is a surgical scar also, post-surgery, and look at how the scar has shrunk after 2 sessions. Another scar, 2 sessions. And yeah, so this is another one. I'm not really sure if the pictures are good enough, but I think it is visible that the difference is remarkable. We have the smaller version of the pictures. For anybody who wants to have them, we can send them to him so that they can actually appreciate the difference. This is another scar, hyperpigmentation. This is another scar, a surgical scar, and of course tattoo. This is after 1 session. This is the before, and this is after 1 session. I'm sure you can see there's There's difference between this one and this one. And in tattoos, of all the treatments, the scar treatment is not only done once. You have to do it once every month, maybe depending on the response, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions, depending on the response you get and depending on the result. And of course, sometimes depending on whether the patient can pay more or not. This is the last one, right? Yes. So I just wanted you to have a feel about this. You have seen the before and after of the Accure. We don't have it yet because the Accure is brand new. We will start using it in January and we would have our results, but you've seen the results of other people who have been using it. Excuse me. And the Pico, we have been using the Pico, and these are the results of the Pico. And I'm sure eventually we would have a catalog of more results as we use them and improve on what we have gotten so far. Thank you very much. Now, if anybody has any question or any comment, it's open. I mean, you can ask. You don't have to be a doctor. You can be a patient. You can be somebody who has a patient, and you still want to ask a question over there. Do we have another mic? Yes.
Good evening, all. I'd like to start by congratulating Dr. Bashir on this wonderful milestone for his business and for the rest of us who will be beneficiaries ultimately. I want to ask a question about the condition that somebody very close to me has been battling for many years now. It is called, forgive me, this is a very interesting medical term, hidradenitis suppurativa.
Okay.
Also known here, I'm looking at the internet.
It's hidradenitis suppurativa.
Also known as acne inversa.
Yes.
Acne, and we've been talking about acne all night. So, will this be the magic wand? Will this be the magic wand for this?
Yes.
Many years, 10, 15 years, we've been struggling with this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your question. Hidradenitis suppurativa is not the same as acne vulgaris. And your question is very interesting because we have discussed that even amongst ourselves as doctors. The moment we hear treatment of acne, because hidradenitis also forms bumps, oozing, pain, and so on, and so on and so forth. So this laser, the Accure laser, does not treat hidradenitis suppurativa. For the main reason, the Accure laser treats, okay, so acne is a result of oil, excess oil. So there is a Dangote refinery somewhere, let me give you, that produces oil, and the laser works on that refinery alone. Hidradenitis suppurativa has a different reason for coming up. So this laser cannot treat that. Hidradenitis suppurativa is a very frustrating, debilitating condition, and it has different stages. It can start mildly as bumps. So what we do, part of the treatment we do when it is an early stage, we also use a laser, but a different laser from these two. We use the laser for hair removal. Because hidradenitis suppurativa, the condition is related to where the hair comes out. I wouldn't want to bore everybody with what happened and how it happened, but generally, you take oral drugs and you do laser for hair removal. This laser does not help hidradenitis suppurativa. I hope it's a bit clear. Can you hear me? Yes, so we would wait for the next. They are already working on that because it affects more white people than black people. So for that reason, of course, they would stay awake and make sure they create something. Any other comment or question, please? Please, the floor is for everybody. don't be shy. I mean, you can ask whatever you want to ask. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you I don't know. Yes, okay. So there's a professor here that wants to... I forgot to say bon appetit. I hope the meal is...
Thank you very much. Dr. D, thank you for the excellent presentation, along with your team. Going down to the grassroots, to the basis, how much does it cost?
That's a very good question. So you mean how much the machine costs or how much a procedure costs? Both. So the machine is very expensive. These two machines as they stand here, we are looking at about somewhere between 350 to 400,000 euros. Now, that aside, when you have the machine, you start the procedure. So our idea, and that is why Mr. Alex said we have a Project Africa, and Professor Onunu mentioned that. Our idea is to bring into Nigeria these expensive machines and ask Nigerians to pay Nigerian price. So let me give you an example. In Europe, or in the US, one session of the Accure is about $1,000. So for 4 sessions, $4,000. But we cannot, even when we are drunk and dream, ask Nigerians to pay that. So our intention is to reduce it remarkably so that Nigerians can benefit from a world-class treatment at an affordable rate. Yes. Does that answer your question? Or do you still want a figure? Thank you. Any other question or comment? Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm Abel Onunu. Mine is actually a fear. Is there any way we are going to prevent Nigerians from using the ones for treating hyperpigmentation from bleaching their skin?
Very much, Prof. Coincidentally, I was at one of the TV stations here present, Global TV. And each time I go to the TV station or radio station, the same question pops up about bleaching. So bleaching, I think, is a pandemic, maybe an epidemic, maybe a local thing, not only in Nigeria, but in other African countries. I always mention it's a paradox. White people want to be black, black people want to be white. So we always say it as doctors, the consequences of bleaching. One of the consequences is one of the patients that I shot with a dark patch. Bleaching constitutes a health hazard. The skin is the largest organ of the body. It is the protector of the body. It is the iron armor of the body. So if you harm your skin, in effect, you are harming the rest of your body. The second thing is whatever goes into the skin can be absorbed and it can affect your other organs, your kidney, your liver. But the most important thing is it is even obvious. You bleach, 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 then you have a rebound effect because whatever you use reaches tachyphylaxis. That means it cannot go beyond that and then comes back. Now, some of the problems we have, I was talking with the head of all the doctors in Nigeria and we talk about that. Some of the problems we have are regulatory problems. You and I cannot do anything about it. Our job is to try to enlighten patients and otherwise about the effects of bleaching, the consequences of bleaching. Your skin will thin out. Your skin will become so fragile that you may not be able to be treated. And so many other consequences that you know better than I do about bleaching. So it's a thing and it's something that we sleep with, we wake up with as a problem to us, and we can't stop talking about it. Sometimes you are surprised even doctors come to you with bleaching creams. Yes. So it's something that is a huge problem. We just need to continue talking about it, and maybe someday something may happen. Now they are exporting Nigerian bleaching creams to other African countries. Yes, and it's a pandemic, truly. I think we just need to try and do our best. Yes.